which actually shocked me because as much as I love the US, I don't think they're gonna win.
Put your trust in me, yeah. I got what you need. All you gotta do is talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, yeah.
Hello you guys. Okay, this is like such a random little thing. I don't know if this will actually make it into a vlog at all, but it is currently July 22nd, and my life is kind of like right now. The Women's World Cup started 3 days ago. No, two days ago. And but technically or day 4 or something like that in Australia and New Zealand. I'm not really sure. I've my sleep schedule is just trash, actual trash, and I look like a word because I'm literally freaking on Australia time a little bit, but I'm living in Florida. So on the bright side, we are getting a lot of our work done in between games and stuff like that, but I literally am sleeping at random times. And then on top of that, even though I'm on Australia time, kind of I train my body to be like that, I still have to work. So we're thriving out here. But anyway, tonight I'm just having to choose the most important games, and tonight I have all important ones because it's Sweden, Netherlands, and France playing tonight, or tomorrow morning, but 1 a.m. So yeah, and I'm literally watching this girl on TikTok who is saying who she thinks is people are betting on who is not actually gonna win the World Cup, and then I haven't watched one who she thinks is going to win the World Cup, and I love this because I want to know what everyone's other opinions are to make sure I'm not completely bogus. But what she's saying is who's not winning the World Cup. I disagree, but I see why she's saying it. Teams that she says that are not going to win the World Cup that people are putting too much money on is England, Netherlands, Norway, and Canada, which I haven't heard anyone put money on Canada. I would not put money on Canada, so I would take that away. I'm still so shocked that Canada won the Olympics, because in my mind, I don't think they should have. I still believe that they should have gone to penalty against the United States in the Olympics, but whatever, that's a different story for a different time. Anyway, but then we have Netherlands, Norway, and England. I was never betting on Norway either, so take that away. Then we have left for 2, so we're just gonna use these 2 fingers. And both of them, as this lady said, are out with severe injuries. Williamson for England's out, and then Vivian Nienema is out for Netherlands, which is 2 core players for both teams, or a core player for each team. She didn't say the US, which actually shocked me because as much as I love the US, I don't think they're gonna win. And I've said this from the very beginning because they don't look as clean as they did in 2019. They're missing key players, of course. Mallory Swanson not being there is such a huge loss because I think that if Mallory Swanson was there, and even though Williamson and Vivian Nienema aren't there, we could beat England and Netherlands and all those strong teams. However, since she's not there, I'm not sure. I am actually kind of scared for this game against the Netherlands on Wednesday. To see how it pans out because I don't know I don't know what's gonna happen. I want the US to win, but right now it's not promising. And honestly, the lineup that Vodka put for Vietnam was fine because it's Vietnam, and not saying they're not a respectable team, but they're not at the level of caliber, and this is just plain facts. They're not at the level of they don't have the caliber and the depth of my team that England or Netherlands or Sweden or someone one of those teams have. So it's fine that he put a quote unquote weaker lineup or weaker starting, because and it's honestly fine. And Savannah DeMello proved me wrong. I haven't seen her play, and I was a little skeptical while Vico put her on the roster, but I think that she did a fantastic job. She did a really good job. However, I would not start her against the Netherlands because I think Rose Lavelle in that position, Rose just has it down. The footwork, everything. She does stuff that no one else can do. And so even though Savannah DeMello is good, I would slot Rose in that spot, and that's the only change I would necessarily make. The only player on the roster that I'm still I think should not be there is Alyssa Thompson, which is very controversial, but from what I've seen, a lot of people are yeah, she shouldn't be there. They should have chosen somebody else to go to that position. And I was thinking about who it could be, and I was even thinking about I don't know if Midge Purse is a midfielder or forward, but Midge Purse or something like that, someone who is there and can do stuff. But I don't think Alyssa, I know Midge Purse isn't great, but she's good, and sure, Alyssa Thompson has played well in the NWSL, but she's just like, every time I see her run, it looks like she's gonna fall on her face or something like that. Like, I feel like they needed a more experienced player in that spot because I'm skeptical of what Alyssa Thompson can do. In the game against Vietnam, I did see her make some very aggressive runs, which was great. But I don't know, as a whole, the front three and then the midfield just need to work on finishing. The defense was fine. Like, Julie Ertz, like, carried. Like, I was questionable of why Blackhead would slide her into that spot, but I think it worked because she kind of just played whatever she wanted. Like, she was defense, but she also played a lot of midfield, which was great. And then, of course, I have no problem with the back four at all. Dunn, Fox, Girma, Ertz, it was fantastic. I would keep that. Again, I would keep Lindsay Horan. I would keep Roosevelt. I would keep Andy Sullivan. I wish Tiana Davidson was on this roster because I personally love her, but I know she has like an injury right now, or she's just recovering from one. I'm surprised they put Ari Kingsbury on the roster. Like, she's like the third goalkeeper, I guess, the backup. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know who else I would choose because I wouldn't put any of the other ones that have made like an appearance. And Ashlyn Harris retired, Hope Solo retired, so like it's fine. Like, I wouldn't put Bella Bixby in that spot either. So I think Casey Murphy is like amazing though, but I don't want to risk putting her in the Netherlands lineup because that game's just too important. It's a rematch in the 2019 final. And with that being said, the US wants it, but when I was watching all the other teams wanted more, I feel like, you know. So now I want to see who she's gonna say is likely to win it because I'm very skeptical, because the ones that she said cannot win or like probably won't win it, I'm so skeptical about England. I think England can actually win it this year, and I think the Netherlands are close too. I really don't know about the US. I really want to say that they're not going to win, which is heartbreaking because like even in my mind, like I was like, I really think I just need to get past this Netherlands game, and then from there I'll be like, okay, because like right now in my heart I'm like, I'm stressing, like are they gonna get to like even like the round of 16? Like I'm stressing, and especially like, oh my god, Alexi Lalas and everyone who was talking yesterday were saying, oh, they expected like 9-0. I'm like, okay, I said before the game started, I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be 3-0 or like 3-0 plus 3-0 at a minimum. And Carly Lloyd was saying there, who just retired 2 years ago from the United States Women's National Team, was like looking at Alexi like, okay. And I think there's this expectation because in the 2019 World Cup they opened with 13-0 against Thailand, which was amazing, but the 2019 team and the 2022 team are not the same. I think the 2019 team is better than the 2022 team. And I just see this, like, I saw this hunger in the 2019 team that I do in the 2022 team. Almost as if, like they all said, like Carly said especially, like, they're not communicating properly because they'll make good crosses, but then the last cross, like, they're not hitting the ball where it should be, or they're, like, hesitating before taking the shot. And Sophia Smith is one who does this a lot, which, I mean, obviously credits to her. She is amazing. She scores 2 of the 3 goals and had 1 assist with Lindsay Horan. But she is one of those players that who waits before taking a shot. Her and Lindsay both do this. And it bugs me because they will, like, hesitate. And I know they're trying to, it's not like they're being selfish, like, and want to take the shot themselves, which maybe a little bit, but they're also just trying to say, like, okay, how can I, like, quote unquote make sure this goes into the goal? But by doing that, they're actually hurting themselves, like, and they just need to like react faster. Sometimes there's times where you gotta bring down the ball and stop it and slow it down, but other times there's just where you guys gotta whack it and hope for the best. Oh, I feel so bad for Alex Morgan on the penalty. Honestly, she should have made that. I knew she wasn't going to though, like when she started stutter stepping, because anybody, if they stutter step, does not make it. And I was thinking in my head, I love Lindsay Horan. Lindsay Horan is my favorite player. She will always be my favorite player. I've loved her ever since 2015. I was glad that she didn't take the penalty kick though, because I had a feeling she would miss it. And so I was like, oh good, Alex Morgan's taking it. But then I was like, wait, I feel like Alex Morgan's gonna miss it too. And I didn't know who was gonna take it, but I don't know. Also, I don't care what anyone says, that second goal was not offsides because Alex Morgan did not touch the ball. I was watching it back and I was like, and everyone, I think it was Ali Wagner who was on it and JP Delacamera or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's offside. I'm like, I don't think it's offside, but I'm not gonna be surprised if they don't give it to her. I don't know, we've had some excessive like overtime. We've had excessive numbers of penalties in this World Cup, and we're like, what? At this point, we're like 9 games in, but we're like 3 days in, which is like, wow. So interesting to see what's happening tonight. Sweden, Netherlands, and France are like some of my favorite teams. I love Sweden. I love the Netherlands. But when it comes to Netherlands and the US, anybody against my babies, I want to win. I want the US to win. So I love the World Cup though. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel like the world is good. So I was also watching planes at the Sydney airport and Auckland airport today because I just had a, you know, had that little revelation. So yeah, the only challenging part about this is like, you know, I have people coming over tomorrow and I have to work and everything, so it's just like trying to balance like that sleep life balance. So I after the game, the Denmark versus China game ended, which by the way, I am so happy for Denmark because I honestly thought it was gonna end 0-0 or 1-1. But I'm so happy Denmark pulled out the win, so that was amazing. The England game, I wanted England to win because I love England. I love the Lioness. But when Haiti started pushing back and was like preventing all those goals, I was like, hold on. I kind of want like Haiti, like I want the scoreline to stay the same. I didn't want Haiti necessarily to win, but I either want to stay like 1-1, 0-0, or even the 1-0. That was fine. Because like Haiti should be very, very proud of themselves. Like that was amazing. And I was thinking that like if the US had played England, I think that England would have won because I just saw such more determination like in England's eyes. And the lady on TikTok was like, England doesn't have that much depth, which they don't, but I don't think the US has that much either. Like okay, we take a look at the starting lineup from yesterday. We took out the lineup from yesterday. We started with Alyssa Nair, Naomi Girma, Julie Ertz, DeMello, Horan, Smith, Alex Morgan, Sullivan, Crystal Dunn, Rodman, Fox. Okay, if I had to choose the players that like I would put on that lineup instead, is Lana Cook, Kelly O'Hara, Emily Sonnet. Sophia Huerta is okay, but she's not great. Casey Murphy. Kelly O'Hara though, you can't play her for too many minutes. Christy Mewis, I would not play her either because I don't think she adds that much. That's a hot take, but I don't think she does. I love her too. I just don't think she adds that much. Ashley Sanchez. I love Ashley Sanchez. I think she adds a lot. This is unpopular. I was surprised that Ashley Hatch didn't make the roster, and I'm wondering why she didn't. Like that's the question I want the reporters to ask, like Vladco, and I want to know why Ashley Hatch wasn't on the roster. Anyway, again, like I wouldn't play Alyssa Thompson. Megan Rapinoe, you can keep Megan Rapinoe for the last 10-20 minutes, that's fine. I'm just like so excited though. Okay, I need to see who she's saying because I'm very invested in this.
Here are the 7 teams I think could win the World Cup. Number 1, U.S. Women's National Team. That three-peat is definitely possible.
Okay, hold on. She's saying a shaky backline for the U.S. I don't think the backline is shaky. Like, I'm not hating on this girl at all. I think she's amazing. Like, I'm loving hearing what she's saying. But the backline's not the problem. Like, I really don't think it is. I think the problem is the forwards. And it's literally just about the chemistry between the forwards and the midfielders. Like, because the defenders, they push. Like, they're actually making the runs. Like, Emily Fox almost scored on Friday, and so did Julie Ertz, though it was a header. But I think the backline's fine, so I would argue against that. I am not happy with the forwards. Sophia Smith is the only one, and Trinity Rodman, though Trinity Rodman didn't... Trinity Rodman had her moments in this one, but she wasn't as fantastic as she was in, obviously, the send-off game. But the send-off game, she needed to prove herself, like, because I think Vladco had doubts about her, and she didn't start. And so I'm so glad that she started in this because she deserved to.
Number 2, Australia.
If I had to place a bet like on Australia winning, I would say like no. I don't know. The home crowd definitely adds to it. But like I don't know. Okay, Australia has depth. They do. All their players are like fairly good and they're in good formation. Besides Sam Cornett being there, which honestly, I'm not saying it affected them. I don't think it affected them that much. Sure, they weren't playing their best to like their fullest potential, but they didn't need to, so it was fine. Like whatever. Same thing with the US, but I think everyone has so much pressure on the US where everyone had these high expectations. And I was like, okay guys, let's keep it realistic. Like this is not 2019. This is 2022. 2023. 2023. I keep saying 2022, guys. I don't know what year it is. I don't know what day it is. I am half asleep.
Number 3, France.
I love Team France. I haven't seen them play recently enough though to make a statement, but I will watch them play tonight. and you know, that would be my like little deciding factor. But I don't know, maybe I need to see what France looks like, because if France is looking cohesive and good, then okay. Because if the US comes out and plays like where they can play, like together, tight, you know, aggressive, like, then no one can beat the US. Because when the US gets into high gear like that, they are it. They are the main character. They will get it done. However, if they don't, which I don't know if they will, because I've been watching them over the past year, and even at the Olympics, like, they kicked into high gear for some of the games, like the Netherlands, but like, even in that first game against Sweden, like, that was not the US team that I know. And I haven't really seen a change since the Olympics. So I don't know. I honestly wish that the three-peat, the three-peat wasn't so like talked about so much, because I really want the US national team to understand that, like, which I know they do, but like with the media and everyone, I want everyone to just think like, we're just trying to lift the trophy. Like, we're not trying to go for a three-peat. We're not trying to make history.
Germany right now. They're good, they're informed.
Again, I haven't really seen them play recently enough. Have they played yet? Hold on, when did they play? Because I think I missed that game. Did I fall asleep? Hold on. I don't think I have missed it, but like, let me just double check. No, okay, yeah, they haven't played yet. They play tomorrow. Okay, that's tomorrow. But like Monday morning at 4:30. And honestly, I haven't seen Germany play in a long time, but like, my money is personally not on Germany. If the US doesn't win, I would not like to see Germany win. That's where I'm at right now. This lady is right. They have some very fiery players, like one of the best attackers, one of the best defensive lines you have ever seen. But like, I don't know. So it's definitely possible.
Number 5, Brazil. My predicted winner.
Brazil. She said that's who she thinks is gonna win, which I would say not a chance. Brazil is good, but they are not going to win. And honestly, watch this back like in a month on when this is done, and then tell me if I'm wrong, like of who won, because I'm just gonna be talking about this like forever, and I don't think they're gonna win. Like, even if you're not a US soccer fan, download the US soccer app. That way you guys, like, especially for the World Cup, can get like the real-time like updates, the lineups, everything. You can see who's playing who, when, and it's just, I love it. I've obviously had it for like 3 years at this point. Oh, okay, so they're in Group F. They're with Brazil, France, Jamaica, and Panama. So is that gonna be France or Brazil on top? No question about it. And personally, I think it's gonna be France. But again, I need to see how France plays today. They will beat Jamaica. I know that. If they don't, that will be like the upset that happens at the Men's World Cup last year against, I think it was with Argentina. Yeah, Argentina and Saudi Arabia, which iconic. Like, I was so happy for them. I screamed. Yeah, so I think France will come out on the group on top, but if not, then it'll obviously be Brazil, but I don't know. Okay, and the reason I'm like saying like, oh, of course, is not that the other teams aren't good. These teams have just like done it before. Like, you know the caliber that they have on their team. You know those names, and sure, it's not like there's no I in team. It's like everyone has to be like working together, but it is very much, if you have that one person that is just like that girl, like, you want to pass the ball to that person because they will make it happen, you know? Okay, let's see what else she says.
Number 6, Spain.
Like, she's saying Spain, which I know has like stuff has happened with their federation recently, which I haven't really like looked into that much because I'm not a huge Spain follower, and I did miss the game against Costa Rica the other day. I did see the score, but I just couldn't stay up. Like, I literally had to go to sleep because I was going to like actually lose my mind. Like, I so tired, which I just gotta pick and choose at this point. So yeah, Spain again, like I know that they have depth on their team though, because I know the players that play for Spain, like some of them. Yeah, I can agree with Spain, but again, like, she's saying these teams are making me doubt like the ones I had for it, but like, I don't know. I really don't know.
It's Sweden.
Okay, I'm glad she said Sweden, because no one believes me when I say Sweden could win. Like, I was convinced that Sweden was gonna win the Olympics, and they should have, in my opinion. But I love the Swedish team. Like, I am such a huge fan of, you know, everyone on that team. So I think they could definitely do it, because they are some of the fiercest players most fierce players I've ever met in my life. Like, I think they totally can do it, and I want them to do it. Like, if I had to say who I want to win, obviously I'm gonna put the US on top, but then it would probably be like Sweden or England. Like, those are my top 3 for sure. And I don't know, like, but if I'm being realistic, the US, I don't think is going to win, but I think Sweden could. And now that she's saying this, I'm thinking like Sweden or Germany or something like that, who could win it, or England. But I don't know. She is right that England and Netherlands don't have as much depth as they would, because a lot of their players are out. I reached the maximum recording time, guys, which is 30 minutes if you're wondering, on the Mark Canon EOS 2. Anyway, I'm just so excited for tonight to watch all the games. I was gonna go to sleep, but I think I'll be okay since I don't have to wake up till like 12:15 anyway, because coverage starts at 12:30. And I do want to see the coverage before. And I slept already 3 hours from like 10 to 1, and then I'll go to sleep. Obviously I won't stay up till 12. I'll probably go to sleep for like 2 or 3 hours again, so that's like 5-6 hours. So hopefully we'll be fine. But yeah, like I am so excited. I love the World Cup. It is my favorite thing in the world. If you guys know me, then you know I love it. So I'm very excited that I just like record this. I think I'm actually gonna post it. Like, I was just gonna record this for my own being, but I think I'm gonna post it. So let me know what you guys think. Who's gonna win the Women's World Cup? I love football so much, so make sure you guys stay tuned, because I will be talking about it for the next month and probably longer. And next year is the Olympics, so you know that we are kicking into high gear these next couple of months. So, but first, let's get through the group stage, and we need to come out on top. So let's hope that you guys can take a win over the Netherlands. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for the support that you guys give me. Bye.